Hi guys, I hope you're having a fabulous day. I want to start this video by letting you guys know that I am super far behind with responding to comments. I don't think I've answered the majority of comments since October 1st, to be perfectly honest. It's really been hard for me to keep up between my health and just trying to do Vlogtober. All my attention has honestly went to Vlogtober with YouTube, so I am really far behind with comments. However, my goal is to be caught up by the end of next week, which would be Friday, October 25th. So hopefully I can do that. I look forward to reading and responding to all your comments. Anyways, on to the topic of this video, the last 90 days challenge. Have you heard of it? If not, allow me to enlighten you, as I believe we can all learn something from the heartbeat of this challenge. The basics of this concept, when you strip it down, is basically, what if you lived the last 90 days of 2019 intentionally as the best version of you? Like, how would things look if you were as excited about these last 3 months of the year as we're all as excited for the first month of the year, January, with new beginnings? How would it inspire you and motivate you for 2020 if you lived these last 3 months as the best version of yourself? Before I dive into the fundamentals of this challenge, let me explain how I encountered the challenge and Rachel Hollis, and ignore my pump beeping, which I'm sure the camera will pick up. This time last year, I wasn't eating solid food. If I attempted a couple of bites, it would result in me in the bathroom with either the runs or vomiting. This had been going on for months, and you can learn more about that in my gastroparesis awareness video. The link will be in the description. Needless to say, though, it began to take a toll on me emotionally, because I had gone several months at that point without eating. I had seen several ladies talking about girl wash your face, but I was pretty skeptical at first, to be honest. Then I saw it in a Facebook group. I priced out the book and I figured it was a little bit on the pricey side in my opinion. But then I ended up deciding to try it on Audible because I had never listened to an Audible book before, and it was sounding like a good idea with all my symptoms because I did begin to struggle with reading. So, you know, with like attention spans and brain fog and all that stuff. So, this is so far the only personal growth book that I have read, but I would recommend it, and recommend it highly. It was a tool that I used to fight my way out of the depression that I was battling. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer that I am 110% aware that depression is not always something that you can battle on your own. A lot of times you need a medical professional, a psychologist, or medications, and that is totally fine. This is just one of the tools that I had used in this season, along with other things, to battle my depression personally. And it is kind of different, in my opinion, when your depression is linked so heavily to like your physical symptoms. It's just a little bit different, like how you treat it, because regular like depression medicines that are even supposed to help with pain and stuff like that, they don't usually work on me. So it happens. So that's just kind of my little disclaimer. So I wanted another book by her, but you can't just make an author write a book. And even if you could, they take time. So I ended up on her Facebook page. I stumbled across the Start Today morning show, which is just a live stream that Rachel Hollis and Dave Hollis, her husband, do together with like little motivational things, or just talking about life, silly things, you know, with their kids, and just like I said, life in general. And towards the end of September, I started hearing about the last 90 days challenge. So the fundamentals of this challenge are the 5 to thrive, which include waking up early to do something for an hour for yourself, which is like self-care, drinking half your body weight in water, giving up one category of food that you know is bad for you, moving your body for at least 30 minutes a day, and recording 10 things you're grateful for. This is an awesome list, but clearly with chronic illness, this wasn't going to work, especially not in my case. So I created my own chronic illness version of the last 90 days. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of how I adapted this, and I hope that somebody finds some sort of inspiration or encouragement or motivation from me sharing this. That is my goal. So each morning right now I am dedicated to making a better morning routine, because after being in the hospital, everything, like I keep saying, has shifted and changed, and I've completely lost my routine basically. So right now this includes my devotional and writing 3 things that I'm thankful for. And then I also like to consider, either in the morning or the night before, what is something that I can be excited for today. Sleep is vital for somebody with chronic illness. Though I love the thought of waking up an hour early, during this season of life, it's just unrealistic. So the reason that Rachel Hollis recommends people to get up an hour early is so that they have time to work towards a goal that, people said they don't have any time for, and really to do self-care, because it is important. So instead of doing that hour right away, like first thing in the morning, I find another time of day that works well for me, usually in the afternoon. So taking an hour out of your day to work on a goal and to take care of yourself. Do something that you love and that brings you joy. So right now, like for me, obviously moving has been really difficult. So for my workout portion, and this is going to be different for everybody with a chronic illness, I am working out between 5 to 10 minutes a day. Time frames, like I just said, will vary depending on the day. Personally, I know my limit right now is probably 15-20 minutes, and that's going to wear me out completely. I highly suggest, if you can, to find YouTube videos which help, like if you have a specific illness like EDS. Sometimes there are like EDS workouts or POTS workouts, and those are nice because sometimes they are safer. You do need to check though with your healthcare provider to make sure that you're doing stuff that's safe for your body. I did think that, like these YouTube videos that I had found for EDS were great, and then I found out like I am not allowed to do yoga, period. So like knowing those things, like your limitations personally, is just so important. I really cannot stress that enough. So right now my exercise regimen basically includes some PT workouts, which I haven't done recently. I need to try to go back to them, and walking Abby once a day. So, and we do usually go out for about 10 minutes, and then walking around the house sometimes feels like an exercise routine as well. I do recommend, obviously, drinking half your body weight in water if you can, because it is so healthy for you and such a great thing that you can do for your body. I currently have this down, with POTS. I am always thirsty. The only things I honestly usually drink are tea and water. Juice is once in a blue moon. It's really not something I indulge in that often. I'm not a big fan of juice anymore. It's usually too sweet for me. Giving up a food that you shouldn't be eating can be a great idea, unless you can't eat. Then it's not really a great idea. But I mean, there are other things that you could give up, or you can find another goal to like work towards. So Rachel does talk about like giving up soda in her book. If you're a soda drinker, it is a really great place to start, because soda is filled with tons of chemicals and sugar does make chronic illness worse. So, staying on top of all your health stuff, if you don't already, is obviously extremely important. Take your medicine and supplements and vitamins on time. Organize all your medicine and medical supplies. If you're using an alternative type of treatment, don't forget to do it daily. Don't put off that doctor's appointment or calling the insurance company. I know, it's a pain. Read over any results from medical testing, such as lab work and CAT scans. Be productive. Learn something new about your illness. Try something new to cope with the pain and the stress. Lastly, write down 10 things every day that you're thankful for Gratitude changes your attitude, and it is a wonderful tool, especially when you're battling chronic illness, to be perfectly honest. Nobody is exempt from writing down gratitude, in my personal opinion. If you have a pulse, you should be writing down gratitude every single day, because there's something about being intentional and writing it down that really shifts your perspective. And it is really life-changing. It's a great tool. It's another thing that I do use to help with anxiety and depression and mental health. It has been such a great tool for me personally. So that is the last 90 days, and my version, the last 90 days for those with chronic illness edition. I hope that you guys got some ideas. The main purpose and point of the last 90 days is for you to live as the best version of yourself, because you're made for more, you're made for greatness, even with an illness. And that's something that we need to remember, is that we're not just here surviving. We're meant to thrive and to live life abundantly, even though we are disabled or have a handicap or that invisible illness. And I know it feels hard to do stuff, but you still have to strive and set goals and crush them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.